Guys, and welcome back with a new video and a new what if series, well, new what if I'm doing on anime. It's finally time, and after going through hundreds, and I mean hundreds of ideas, I finally come up with one. What if Goku survived in the future, or aka what if Goku survived the heart virus? But I put this one here because it's shorter. Anyways, and plus I couldn't think of a good title. Plus I couldn't really think of a thumbnail, so I just put this. Anyways, without further ado, let's get started. How this is where the occur is based off of a fan manga I saw from Black Skate once, is where Piccolo trying to ask Kami to upgrade the Dragon Balls. Basically how this is gonna happen is just that a Z fighter, it could be Piccolo, Krillin, someone will ask Shenron to give them a cure for the heart virus, which would cure Goku, basically. Yeah. Anyways, from there, 3 years of training would still happen, although they wouldn't train as hard for the androids, so not as high gains, but still gains. Well, Vegeta will keep his gains because still trying to surpass Goku, so Vegeta's gonna keep his gains, but will likely still come back to Earth to anyways. Like in canon, the androids will arrive, and since I couldn't get a photo of a destroyed city, I'm just gonna use the same city photo for every city background. As Goku and Vegeta would attempt to take on them in their new Super Saiyan forms, but they would prove to be useless. They would start doing good, and at first, because Super Saiyan, they would actually be able to do good, but the androids still have infinite energy, and eventually the two would start to get wear down, and well, will lead to their defeat. And next week, Gohan and Piccolo who will try and step in, but these two are not even as strong as their canon selves, who still would lose to these androids, so they're not gonna really do well. Their canon selves in the original timeline. This happening in Future Trunks timeline. I don't. It's complicated. Time travel, multiverse theory. Of course, next we have the humans stepping in. That's gonna go about as good as it sounds. On to next. As a slower solar flare from everyone's favorite Baldies would allow the team to escape. Wait, I forgot to put Chaozu here. And he wouldn't help. Eventually everyone would head back to the lookout to recruit. I don't know why I put the group photo there. And they were still Goku would still stumble upon the idea to use the hyperbolic time generator just sitting there collecting time, dust. Can it collect dust? As the ones who would go in this timeline is Goku and Vegeta, because the two strongest fighters on Earth, as their gains would be much higher than their canon selves. Both of them in this timeline would attain Master Super Saiyan and would get a little stronger, probably to about a little stronger than their original canon selves, which I've already said. No, I said higher gains than the canon selves. Well, original timeline canon. This is still confusing. They're stronger than their original timeline canon selves. As like in the original timeline canon, Piccolo would still go and fuse with Kami. Favorite bug creature would make his first appearance. Cell, well, to be starting stage Cell. I forgot what this form was called. No, imperfect. No, this was imperfect Cell. Yeah, imperfect Cell would still show up. And would talk about and would meet with 1718 who would be causing destruction. And would still probably give a speech about absorbing something, sister, brother, yada yada. Basically, would transpire into a fight between the three, with the two androids being able to actually push back Cell, as this synergy together would be able to what's the word I'm looking for? Dang it. Would be able to keep up with itself for a while until Cell would take out the weaker of the two, which according to this would be 18, who was said to be a little weaker, probably, or 17. I'm not sexist. And he would eventually take out 17 or 18. It doesn't really matter. Basically, he beats both the androids. As everyone's favorite Green Man would arrive, Piccolo, who would fight Cell. And this fight wouldn't change much from their canon fight in the original timeline, which will be here. As we continue on, as Cell will blindside Piccolo, seeing that he'll most likely lose this fight, he will blindside Piccolo using the Solar Flare and would go to absorb Android 17. Sorry, I put the imperfect picture there. It was supposed to be well, semi-perfect. It was supposed to be an imperfect picture there, but I put the semi-perfect. As semi-perfect Cell would be born, as once Piccolo would regain his composure, he would fight Cell, taking off his weights and everything, sensing that he has gotten a lot stronger, although I do not have a picture of that. Basically, he would power up to its maximum, but this still would not be enough against the likes of semi-perfect Cell, who would easily beat him. Well, I gotta use something Dragon Ball Z, I don't know, body him, which will basically leave him on the ground or something. I don't know, on the ground until and as he would go and try to enjoy 18. Luckily, Tien or Ten Shinhan would still arrive and do his coolest moment in the show. Well, the last coolest thing he'll ever do. Good luck to Shinhan. That was the coolest thing. They done did you dirty and determined the power arc and the recruitment arc. Didn't even get to be Master Roshi. As this will allow 18 to get away, and Cellin would be enraged by this, or however he would act. Since Goku's in the time chamber, unfortunately, this would mean the end of Tien and Piccolo. The green baldy and the human baldy. One bald. Well, Master Roshi is bald. I was gonna say so one of the bald trio would die. Well, when technically, as Gohan, Krillin, and Yamcha, who will probably be the only ones on the lookout at this point, would sense this and would fly down to the city, where they would unfortunately see the remains of their friends. As what do you know? As this would turn, I'm sorry, and as this would turn Gohan into a until a Super Saiyan, who enraged, he also be enraged, as he would fly straight towards Semi-Perfect Cell, who at this point probably wouldn't even try to mask his energy. As Krillin and Yamcha would try and fly after him, seeing as since they can't stop him. As this enraged Gohan would fly to Imperfect Cell, who would be at an island searching for 18. As Gohan would attempt to fight Perfect Cell, doing better than you think, and actually being able to do good for a while until Cell will finally start to get serious and finally defeat Gohan. As luckily everyone's favorite orange wearing person, Goku would arrive and would save Gohan from death. as he would tell Krillin and Yamcha to take an injured and most likely knocked out Gohan back to the lookout. as the two would oblige and take him back to the lookout to get a sense of being from Korin. As while this is going on, Goku and Vegeta would most likely argue over who gets to fight Cell first, semi-perfect Cell first, but I just refer to him as Cell. As it would lead into a game of rock, paper, scissors, and Vegeta wins because that's where the coin toss went to. Script. Vegeta would still fight Cell, and their fight would go like their original timeline canon fight. As Vegeta would allow Cell to absorb 18, I don't see Goku stopping him since, well, Goku is still Goku. As Cell would soon find 18 and would absorb her, turning himself into. I'm sorry, that perfect jawline gets me every time. Perfect Cell. One of my first Naruto what if was on him. He's my favorite villain. This is my favorite arc. Most likely the reason I did it first. Turning to Perfect Cell, can canon proceed to body Vegeta. As him and Goku would likely battle, probably a battle reminiscent of him and Goku's fight in the original timeline Cell games. But Goku would still be defeated much like Vegeta. And Cell would still announce the Cell games, giving them, it was 1 or 2 weeks. I'm gonna say 2 weeks, mostly because I cannot remember the time skip. I do not rewatch Dragon Ball Z as much as I rewatch Naruto. Just so many animes I rewatch. As Goku would search his pocket and would have a few sensu beans healing him and Vegeta up to full strength as the two would head back to the lookout. To tell everyone the news about what just happened. Anyways, that will end off the first part of this What Up. Hope you enjoyed it, and I actually quite enjoyed writing this. I think something really affects me, as this is the first true anime I actually watched. Well, the anime I knew, technically the first animes I watched were Pokemon and Blade, Yu-Gi-Oh! But I didn't know those were animes and thought those were cartoons until I found out. Still, this was the first anime I knew about watching, so, and I really enjoy it. Probably because I modeled myself off of the anime, saying Sage here. Anyways, with that, I'll end off this part. Hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and don't unsubscribe. And I hope you enjoyed the new intro. Probably going to change it soon. Although I did only get one comment about it. Hopefully that guy enjoyed the video at least. Forgot his name that quickly. Probably because it was on Christmas. Anyways, see you next time.